Welcome to the English Academy. If you understand English but still feel nervous when you speak, this lesson is for you. Many people think their English is weak because they make mistakes. But very often, the real problem is not English. The real problem is fear. You know the words. You understand simple sentences. You can read English. You can even understand videos. But when someone says, "Speak in English," your mind suddenly becomes empty. You start thinking, what if I say the wrong word? What if my grammar is wrong? What if they laugh at me? And because you are thinking about mistakes, you stop speaking. Today, we are going to change that. The goal is not perfect English. The goal is clear, comfortable, confident English. First, understand one simple truth. You cannot become confident before you speak. You become confident because you speak. Confidence is not something you wait for. Confidence is something you build through small actions. Think about learning to ride a bicycle. Nobody becomes confident by watching someone else ride. You have to get on the bicycle. You may lose balance. You may make mistakes. But every attempt teaches your body what to do. Speaking English works in the same way. You need practice, not permission. You need repetition, not perfection. And you need to stop treating every small mistake like a disaster. For example, imagine you want to say, "Yesterday I went to the market." Maybe you accidentally say, "Yesterday I go to the market." That sentence is not perfect. But people can still understand your meaning. Now compare that with saying nothing. If you stay silent because you are afraid of one grammar mistake, you get zero speaking practice. So make this your first rule. Speak first. Correct later. When you practice alone, do not stop after every sentence to check grammar. Finish your thought first. Then correct one or two mistakes. This small change can make speaking much easier. Now let us talk about another common problem. Many learners translate every sentence from their first language into English. They think in their own language. Then they search for the English words. Then they arrange the grammar. Then they speak. By that time, the conversation has already moved forward. You do not need to translate every sentence. Start thinking in small English phrases. Instead of thinking about the full sentence, build simple patterns. I am tired. I need some water. I have to go. I am working today. I will call you later. I don't understand. Can you repeat that? These sentences are simple, but they are extremely useful. Your goal is to make these patterns automatic. When a sentence becomes automatic, you do not have to translate it every time. This is how speaking becomes faster. Another useful habit is talking to yourself in English. It may feel strange in the beginning, but it is one of the easiest ways to practice without fear. When you wake up, say, "I need to get ready." While making tea, say, "I am making tea." When you open your laptop, say, "I am going to check my emails." When you leave home, say, "I am going to work." When you return, say, "I am back home." You do not need difficult vocabulary. You need English connected to your real life. This is important because your brain remembers language better when the language has a real situation around it. You can also describe what you see. Look around your room and say, "This is my desk. There is a chair near the table. My phone is on the desk. I have a notebook here. The window is open." Simple sentences are not useless. Simple sentences are the foundation of fluent speaking. A common mistake is trying to sound advanced too early. Learners memorize words like "nevertheless," "consequently," or "approximately," but then struggle to say, "I don't know." Fluency does not mean using big words. Fluency means expressing your thoughts without getting stuck. So start with useful English. Learn phrases that you can actually use at home, at work, in a shop, on a call, or with friends. And remember this, you do not need to speak fast to sound fluent. Speak slowly. Pause. Breathe. Finish your sentence. A clear speaker is easier to understand than a fast speaker. If you make a mistake, continue. Do not say, "Sorry, my English is bad." Instead, simply correct yourself and continue. For example, "I go there yesterday." I went there yesterday. That is completely normal. Even fluent speakers correct themselves. The difference is that confident speakers do not panic when they make a mistake. They keep going. So from today, stop asking, "Is my English perfect?" Ask, "Did I communicate my idea?" That question will change the way you practice. And if you are enjoying this lesson, take a moment to like the video and subscribe to the English Academy. It helps you continue learning with us. Now, there is another powerful habit that can make your speaking much stronger, speaking every day, even for a short time. You do not need 2 hours. You need consistency. 10 minutes every day is better than 2 hours once a week. Give yourself a small daily target. Speak for 2 minutes about your morning. Then speak for 2 minutes about your work or studies. Then speak for 2 minutes about something you watched. Then speak for 2 minutes about your plans. Then repeat. The first few days may feel uncomfortable. That is okay. You are training your brain to stay in English longer. And slowly, those 2 minutes become 5. 5 becomes 10. 10 becomes 15. Your confidence grows because your brain starts learning one important message. I can speak English, even when I make mistakes. That belief is where real confidence begins. Now let us move to one of the biggest reasons people lose confidence while speaking English. They compare themselves with other people. You watch someone speak English smoothly, and you think, "My English is terrible." But you are comparing your practice level with someone else's practice level. You do not know how many years that person has practiced. You do not know how many mistakes they made before you heard them. So do not compare your day 10 with someone else's year 10. Compare yourself with yourself. Ask, "Am I better than I was last month?" Maybe last month you could only introduce yourself. Today you can talk about your daily routine. That is progress. Maybe last month you were afraid to speak on a phone call. Today you can answer a simple question in English. That is progress. Small progress is still progress. Now, let us build a simple speaking system. Every day, choose one real-life topic. Do not choose a complicated topic if you are still building basic speaking skills. Choose something you know. Your morning routine. Your job. Your college. Your favorite food. Your city. Your weekend. Your hobbies. Your daily problems. Because when you already know the topic, your brain can focus on English instead of searching for ideas. Suppose today's topic is your job. You can say, "I work in a company. I usually start work in the morning. I have several tasks to complete. Sometimes my work is difficult. I talk to different people. I learn something new every day. I want to improve my skills." These sentences are simple. Now make them longer. I usually start work at 9 in the morning, and I check my messages before I begin my main tasks. Then add another idea. Sometimes I have a busy day, but I try to stay organized. This is how you naturally move from simple English to better English. Do not try to jump from beginner English to advanced English in one day. Build one sentence on another. Another important technique is the 3-second rule. When someone asks you a simple question in English, try to start answering within 3 seconds. Do not wait for the perfect sentence. For example, someone asks, "What did you do today?" Do not spend 20 seconds thinking about grammar. Start with, "Today, I went to work." Then continue. "It was a busy day." I had a few meetings. After work, I came home. Now you are speaking. The first sentence opens the door. If you wait too long, fear grows. So train yourself to start. Even a simple answer is better than a perfect answer that never comes out. Now let's talk about vocabulary. Many learners think they need thousands of new words. But knowing a word is not the same as being able to use it. You may recognize a word while watching a video, but when you speak, the word disappears. Use active vocabulary. Instead of learning 20 new words every day, choose 5 useful words and use each word in 3 sentences. Suppose you learn the word improve. Say, I want to improve my English. I practice every day to improve my speaking. I can improve if I stay consistent. Now the word is connected to your life. Do this with words you actually need. Do not collect vocabulary like a dictionary. Build vocabulary like a toolbox. Keep the tools you use. Another powerful technique is shadowing. Listen to a short English sentence from a video or audio lesson. Pause. Then say the same sentence aloud. Try to copy the speaker's rhythm, pauses, and pronunciation. For example, I think I need more time. Pause. Then repeat. I think I need more time. Again. I think I need more time. You are not only learning words. You are training your mouth and your ears together. Start with short sentences. Choose 10 to 20 seconds and repeat them several times. This can improve pronunciation, rhythm, and speed. But do not try to copy someone's accent perfectly. Your goal is clear pronunciation, not a fake accent. You can speak English with your natural voice. The important thing is that people understand you. Now, let's discuss pronunciation. Many learners think every word must sound exactly like a native speaker. That is not necessary. Focus on clear pronunciation. Practice difficult words slowly. Listen. Repeat. Slow down. Then say them naturally. You can also record yourself. Take your phone. Choose a simple topic. Speak for 1 minute. Record it. Then listen. Do not judge yourself harshly. Listen for 3 things only. Was I clear? Where did I pause too much? Which words did I struggle to say? The next day, record the same topic again. Your first recording may sound uncomfortable. That is normal. Keep it. After a few weeks, listen to your old recording. You will notice progress you cannot feel day by day. And that progress creates confidence. Another useful method is asking yourself questions. Do not only make statements. Ask and answer. What do I usually do in the morning? I usually wake up early and get ready for work. What do I do after work? I usually come home, have dinner, and relax. What do I want to improve? I want to improve my English speaking skills. What makes speaking difficult for me? I sometimes become nervous when I speak with new people. This creates a mini conversation inside your practice. You are training your brain to respond, not just memorize. And real conversations require responses. Finally, remember that speaking confidence grows through exposure. The more often you hear English, speak English, and use English in small situations, the less strange English feels. Your first goal is not to impress people. Your first goal is to become comfortable. Comfort comes before confidence. And confidence comes before fluency. So keep speaking, even when your English is simple. Simple English spoken with confidence is much more useful than advanced English trapped inside your head. Now let us focus on what happens during a real conversation. This is where many learners become nervous. They can practice alone, but when another person speaks English, they suddenly forget everything. The reason is simple. Real conversations are unpredictable. You do not know what the other person will say next. So you need to practice conversation skills, not only sentences. Start with the most useful skill, asking for repetition. If you do not understand someone, you do not have to panic. You can say, "Could you say that again? Can you repeat that, please? Could you speak a little slowly? Sorry, I didn't catch that." These sentences are not signs of weak English. They are communication tools. Even fluent speakers sometimes ask people to repeat themselves. So never feel ashamed to ask. The second skill is buying yourself time. Sometimes you understand the question, but you need a few seconds to think. Instead of becoming silent, use a natural phrase. "Well, let me think. That's a good question. Let me explain. I think. In my opinion." These phrases give your brain a little time while keeping the conversation moving. For example, someone asks, "Why are you learning English?" You can say, "Well, that's a good question. I want to improve my communication skills because English is useful for my work and my future." You did not need a perfect answer immediately. You used a phrase to start. That is a practical speaking skill. Another important skill is learning how to continue a conversation. Many learners answer with one word. "Do you like movies?" "Yes." "What do you do?" "Work." "Where do you live?" "Jaipur." The conversation becomes difficult because the answer stops immediately. Try adding one extra sentence. "Do you like movies?" "Yes, I do. I usually watch movies on weekends." "What do you do?" "I work in a company. My work is quite interesting." "Where do you live?" "I live in Jaipur. I like the city because there are many places to visit." One extra sentence creates another opportunity to speak. Then ask a question back. "Yes, I like movies. I usually watch them on weekends. What kind of movies do you like?" Now it becomes a real conversation. This is a simple formula. Answer. Add one detail. Ask a question. Practice this every day. You can even practice this alone. Ask yourself a question, answer it, add one detail, and ask another question. This trains your brain to keep speaking. Now let's talk about fear of judgment. You may think people are watching every mistake you make. Usually, they are not. People are busy thinking about themselves. If you make a small grammar mistake, most people will understand your meaning and continue the conversation. And even if someone notices your mistake, that does not mean you are bad at English. It means you are learning. Think about a child learning to speak. A child does not say, "I will speak only when my grammar is perfect." The child tries. The child repeats. The child makes mistakes. The child learns. You need the same attitude. Do not make fun of yourself for learning. Correct yourself with patience. Change the way you talk to yourself. Instead of, "My English is bad," say, "My English is improving." Instead of, "I cannot speak English," say, "I am learning to speak English." Your self-talk affects your behavior. If you believe you can improve, you become more willing to practice. Now, let's create a simple daily speaking routine. In the morning, spend 2 minutes speaking about your plans. Say, "Today I have to finish my work. I need to call someone. I want to exercise in the evening. I hope I have a productive day." During the day, describe what you are doing. "I am checking my email. I am joining a meeting. I need to finish this task. I am going to have lunch." In the evening, speak about your day. "Today was busy. I completed most of my work. I had a good conversation with my friend. Tomorrow I need to wake up early." This routine uses English from your real life. Now add a 5-minute speaking challenge. Choose one topic. Set a timer for 5 minutes. Speak continuously. If you do not know a word, use an easier word. If you make a mistake, continue. If you forget a sentence, say something else. The goal is not perfect grammar. The goal is to keep your English moving. At first, 5 minutes may feel long. You may stop after 1 minute. That is okay. Start again. Slowly, you will reach 5 minutes. This is how speaking stamina develops. You can also create personal sentence patterns. For example, I usually. I often. I sometimes. I don't usually. I am trying to. I would like to. I used to. I am planning to. These patterns are useful in hundreds of situations. I usually wake up at 7. I often watch English videos. I sometimes speak with my colleagues. I am trying to improve my pronunciation. I would like to speak more confidently. I am planning to practice every evening. Learn the pattern, then change the final words. This is much easier than memorizing hundreds of complete sentences. Finally, understand that fluency is not one big jump. It is a collection of small improvements. Today you learn to introduce yourself. Tomorrow you learn to describe your day. Then you learn to ask questions. Then you learn to explain an opinion. Then you learn to tell someone about a problem. Step by step, your speaking becomes more flexible. You do not wake up one morning suddenly fluent. You build fluency every time you choose to speak instead of staying silent. So when you feel nervous, do not wait for the fear to disappear. Speak while you are nervous. That is how the fear becomes smaller. Now you have the basic tools. But there is one final question. How do you turn practice into real confidence? The answer is simple: create small speaking situations in your normal life. Do not wait for an English class. Do not wait for a foreign friend. Do not wait until your grammar becomes perfect. Use the English you already know. If you order food, practice the English sentence in your head. I would like a coffee, please. If you need help in a store. Excuse me, could you help me? If you are on a call. Could you please explain that again? If you are meeting someone. Nice to meet you. How are you doing? If someone asks about your work. I work in a company, and I mainly handle customer-related tasks. These small moments are your real classroom. Every successful interaction gives your brain evidence that you can communicate. And that evidence creates confidence. Now, let's make a simple 7-day speaking challenge. Day 1, speak about yourself. Day 2, speak about your daily routine. Day 3, speak about what you did yesterday. Day 4, speak about your future plans. Day 5, give your opinion on a simple topic. Day 6, ask yourself 10 questions and answer them aloud. Day 7, record yourself for 5 minutes and listen back. Keep each practice simple. Notice where you pause, which words you forget, and how clearly you speak. Repeat the cycle every week with different topics. Watching teaches you. Speaking trains you. You need both. Now let's talk about one final mistake: stopping because you are not improving fast enough. Many learners practice for 5 days and expect fluent English. Then they miss one day. They feel guilty. Then they stop completely. Do not think like that. Missing one day is not failure. Quitting is the real problem. If you miss Monday, practice on Tuesday. If you miss a week, restart next week. Never turn one missed practice session into one missed month. Consistency does not mean being perfect. Consistency means returning. There will also be days when your English feels worse. Some days you will speak easily. Other days you will forget basic words. That is normal. Do not judge your entire English level from one bad day. Ask yourself, am I improving over time? If the answer is yes, keep going. Now remember the most important rules from this lesson. Do not wait for confidence. Speak to build confidence. Do not translate every sentence. Start thinking in simple English. Do not chase difficult vocabulary. Learn useful words and use them. Do not speak only in your head. Speak aloud. Do not stop after every mistake. Finish your thought and correct yourself later. Do not compare yourself with fluent speakers. Compare yourself with your past self. Do not practice only when you feel motivated. Practice because it is part of your routine. And most importantly, do not be afraid of simple English. Simple English is powerful. You can solve problems with simple English. You can make friends with simple English. You can work with simple English. You can travel with simple English. You can express your ideas with simple English. Fluency begins with simple sentences used again and again. One day you will notice something different. You will hear a question in English and answer without translating. You will speak to someone and not think about every grammar rule. You will make a mistake and simply continue. You will understand more of what people say. You will feel less nervous. That is real progress. And when that happens, remember where it started. It started with small sentences. It started with 10 minutes of practice. It started with the decision to speak even when you were afraid. So today, do not just watch this lesson. Use it. After this video, take your phone. Set a timer for 2 minutes. And speak in English. Talk about your day. Do not write a script. Do not search for difficult words. Just speak. If you make a mistake, continue. If you forget a word, use an easier word. If you pause, breathe and start again. Tomorrow, do it again. Then again. Then again. Your English does not need to become perfect overnight. It only needs to become a little better through regular practice. Remember this sentence. Confidence comes from action. Not from waiting. Not from wishing. Not from knowing every grammar rule. From action. Speak a little today. Speak a little more tomorrow. And slowly, English will stop feeling like a subject you study and start feeling like a language you use. That is the goal. To understand. To respond. To express yourself. And finally, to speak without fear. Thank you for learning with the English Academy. If this lesson helped you, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and keep practicing with us. And before you leave, speak one sentence in English right now. I am learning English, I am improving every day, and I am not afraid to make mistakes. Say it aloud. Say it again. And believe it. Your English journey does not need to be perfect. It only needs to continue. Keep practicing. Keep speaking. Keep improving. And one day, you will realize that the person who was once afraid to speak English is now speaking with confidence.